We're in a new drawing now for this particular video, and the drawing is called cylinder.dwg. And when you open it up in the Model tab, you'll notice you've got two vertical lines available to you. Just make sure in the Layers drop-down that you're using the Objects layer, like so. And we're going to take a look at ellipses and how we can work with ellipses in our AutoCAD drawings. And to do this, we're going to create an isometric representation of basically a little flat cylinder disc. And it's not going to take long. The ellipse command makes it very, very easy to create it. So we're going to create an ellipse and then an elliptical arc. So we go up to the Draw panel on the Home tab on the ribbon again. And you can see on this flyout here, we've got Center, Axis End, and Elliptical Arc. Select Axis End. Come into the drawing area. Can you see you're being prompted now for an axis endpoint? Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to pick the left-hand top endpoint snap. So make sure your object snaps are on. Left-click, and then we're going to take it across to the opposing endpoint here. When the endpoint appears, left-click again. Now, as you move the mouse, you'll notice you are kind of rotating the top of the cylinder. Now, if you right-click, you can specify rotation. Click on rotation. And the rotation we need is 60 degrees around that horizontal axis that we've just placed. So if you imagine a circle on that horizontal axis and you're rotating it about that axis, that's basically what you're doing with the rotation part of the command. We need 60 degrees, 60, which is basically an isometric angle, either 60 or 30. Press Enter to confirm. And there's the top part of your cylindrical disc. We now need to place a elliptical arc. So we're going to go back up to the Draw panel, back to the ellipse flyout, and select elliptical arc this time. Now, the workflow is the same as what we've just done with the whole ellipse above, but we're going to have an extra step where we specify the angle that the elliptical arc goes through. So we need the endpoint at the bottom this time on the left-hand side, left-click. Over here again to create the axis here. Endpoint snap there, left click. So there's our ellipse. Now it's specifying the distance to the other axis. Now we do need to specify the rotation, not the distance. So it's a right click again, rotation again, like we did on the previous ellipse, and type in 60 and enter. Then it asks for the start angle. Now you need to go counterclockwise, which is the default direction in AutoCAD for arcs. So we're going to start here. On this endpoint snap, left click, take it all the way around to this endpoint snap, left click. If you zoom out slightly, there is an isometric representation of a cylindrical disc using your ellipses and your rotation. Very quick and easy, but it gives you a good idea of what ellipses are there for and what they're useful for. They can be used for other geometric shapes like flowcharts. You might even have an ellipsoidal shaped dining table on a floor plan, for example. So you can see that those ellipses are very useful as an extra drafting tool in your AutoCAD skill set.